Assalamu alaikum, family. You're tuned in to the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. I'm your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, and tonight we are talking about the Nation of Islam National Training Conference. Did you know that everybody in the nation is a soldier? We're going to talk to you about it and tell you why you need to make sure you are here this weekend. So sit back, get you some coffee, some tea, some water, some juice, and tune in. You're tuned in to the Mind of an Entrepreneur show with your host, myself, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. I am a multi-million-dollar business developer. I have developed business and real estate around the world, and I want to share with you my mental strategies, my technical strategies, and how I made it in the world of business. So I don't teach theory. I tell you about my life and introduce you to people who can also share with you what they've done to become successful. This is a practical show. This ain't a theory show. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
You belong to yourself. You're an independent people, created from the nation of free people. Yes, sir. You don't need to go nowhere but to yourself. Yes, sir. There will be a great separation. Yes, sir. So I said, it is on now.
The college is meant to prepare you for your future. That the time dictates that if we don't do something for ourselves as a people, we will be destroyed. And the aim of the enemy right now is to take us out.
We have God with us. We have Him as our guide. Yes, sir. We don't have to stand around here and ask the question, what must be done? Yes, sir. Get up and let's go and do something. Yes, sir. We cannot sit down. We cannot lay down. Yes, sir. We must get up. Yes, sir. And go to work.
Do you know what real joy is in life? Visioning something and bringing it into reality. That's real joy. Do you know what the next step in joy is? Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity.
Tonight, you need to fasten your seatbelts. We're going to hear from some of the greatest minds in the world. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of trusting our future and the future of our children into the hands of those who don't love us. I believe we need to revitalize black leadership.
Everybody in the nation is a soldier. Once you lose your military bearing, no matter what discipline you're a part of, you start sliding down the scale. So if I am a doctor, I'm a soldier doctor. If I am a lawyer, I'm a soldier lawyer. If I am a preacher, I'm a soldier preacher. So don't ever get out of being a soldier. And since you know you have a commander-in-chief that is the best known, then we don't have any excuse.
It's the International Training Conference, July 28th through the 30th. Register today at www.thevskjujitsu.com/.
Us. I'm Grandmaster Abdulaziz Muhammad, also known as Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad, and I have been working on something for you. It is coming soon, and I'm really looking at, in just a week or two, it's coming at you. All right? So what is coming? I have this course that I've been working on for years, as I said. And this course is packed with information. It is packed so that it can take you from a beginner to a level of mastery in this art. The art is VSK Jiu-Jitsu. It is the work of three masters that's incredible men. Dr. Moses Powell, Soke Little John Davis, and Grand Professor Florinda Visitacion, VSK. Tremendous men, incredible men, and I've had the pleasure of training under them. So, coming soon to you, stay tuned, continue looking for it, my martial arts master.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Sister Sajda. I want to tell you all about our Sajda House summer tours and fundraising events. Because you are a friend of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum, you are being given a unique sneak peek into this sacred renovation and restoration. The house remains under construction as we inch closer to the finish line. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you this summer. So click the link in the bio or just go to Eventbrite and search Sajda House Summer Tours and Fundraising Events. Assalamu alaikum. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited. Guess what weekend it is? It is the National Training Conference weekend. And we have this evening some of the planners and organizers and participants here who are ready to talk to us and get us fired up. So if you're on the fence, if you haven't registered yet, and if you're thinking about registering, let me tell you something. Scrape up the money, borrow the money, and get here. Because I guarantee you that the energy that you're going to receive as a result of being a part of this powerful conference will translate into the dollars, and you'll make this money back and get it back more than what you spent. I'm telling you, I promise you, listen, it's such a good time. Such a good time. And it's just an opportunity for us to just be together as gods. So I'm going to one by one bring on my very, very special guests. I'm excited tonight to be joined by some of the members of the youth division of the Nation of Islam National Training Conference. You don't have to be a registered Muslim to attend. To register, it's right here. You just go to thevskjujitsu.com, and it's actually /, but you can see it right here. Look, just tune in, sit back, but get here. I don't care if while we're talking, you got to go over here and get yourself registered, but get here and attend. I'm telling you, it will be worth it. There's not a lot of conferences out here that are worth it. Many times when you go to conferences, you end up spending a lot of money and you walk away and there's no benefit from it. What I look for in conferences are, if I attend the conference, what kind of energy do I come away with? And it's the energy that I take away from the conference that I'm able to translate into material manifestations that will carry me until the next conference, right? So I'm going to bring on first Brother Zuri Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Zuri.
Walaikum salam, ma'am.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, thank Allah. How about you?
I am so excited to have you on the show and to talk about the National Training Conference. Tell us about your involvement and what role you play in the National Training Conference planning part.
Well, like I said, my name is Brother Zuri Muhammad. I'm back this is like my 8th, 9th year at the training seminar, but my first time helping or second time helping. And this year I'm going to be working with the youth department in any capacity that may be, whether it's, helping them set up, helping on a workshop, the bullying workshop, helping on the first responders workshop, just assisting overall, speaking with the crowd, all of that. Basically, that's around where my abilities lie.
That's awesome. You mentioned that you've been coming for a long time. What is the one thing that you leave the conference feeling more empowered about?
That's a hard question to answer because
I know, right?
I leave with so much. If I have to say one of the biggest things I leave with, it's got to be security. Security that when I come back to my city of Memphis, anything that comes at me, any situation that pops off, I'll be able to handle it because I've learned how to handle it. I've been giving training that, you don't normally expect that you would get. You don't get just anywhere. And it builds me with confidence. So yeah, that's one.
You feel like an improved level of confidence. You feel more sure about yourself, both in the mosque and in the street.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, before I bring you all on together, I'm going to bring on your Sister Ilyasa, and we'll see what she has to say about it. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Ilyasa. How you doing?
I am fantastic. How about yourself, sis?
I'm fine. You excited about the conference?
So excited. I'm literally packing right now. You don't even know. Like all my stuff is waiting for that plane to take off.
It's like an exciting, nervous energy, right?
For sure. Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about your involvement. What are you going to be doing this year?
Well, yes, ma'am. I, like my brother Zuri, am a part of the youth division team. So promotions, planning, programming, you name it, we're doing it. So I'm helping to assist with coming up with certain questions for workshops, things of that nature, engaging with the audience, just talking about how we want these things to go. I'm helping with those different things. Yes, ma'am.
So wait, you all were telling me that your whole family comes to the conference.
Yes, ma'am. So the last couple of years, it's been me, my older brother Zuri, my mother, Sister Donna, and my younger brother Issa. And this year, my father, Brother Sika is also coming. So a whole family affair because there's something for every age group.
Yeah.
You know how old you are, Muslim, non-Muslim, something like that. There's something for you. So my family loves to attend. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're going to come back. I'm going to bring on Sister Medina. Hang on. We'll be right back. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Medina.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
Good. You excited?
I'm so excited. I'm just very excited. Every time this part of the year comes around, I'm just looking forward to, just doing all the workshops and seeing all the believers and really just having a good time.
Yeah, y'all be kicking it. Look, sometimes I be a little low-key jealous, like they really kicking it.
You kind of get down a little bit, but it's all fun.
So, Medina, you're like one of our young veteran organizers of the conference. Tell us about some of the workshops and what do people have to look forward to?
So for the youth division in particular, we have a plethora of workshops. We have our opening spiritual workshop, which sets the foundation for the entire youth portion of our event, which is called Prayer, Peace, and Power. We'll have some very heavy hitters, Student Minister Kenya, Brother Abdul Qiyam, and many other speakers. In that workshop, we have a workshop teaching and training the youth how to be and learn what it means to be a first responder, like Brother Zuri was mentioning. That's hosted by our brother, Dr. Abdullah, that works at University of Chicago. We have other workshops, Respect the Intellect, It's a workshop called Respect the Intellect, and we'll be having our very own sister, Akila Nahanda, to talk about her journey in artistry and artist development and how she's been able to maintain her Islam while still using her talent and gift to, use it in the world. And we just have so many other workshops. I can't give it all away.
No, don't give it all away. Just a little
hint. You gotta come.
That's right. I'm gonna bring on Sister Rakaya, and I'll be right back. I'll bring everybody on at that point. Okay, hang on. Yes. Sister Rakaya, assalamu alaikum, sis.
Walaikum salam.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you. I'm excited again this year. Tell us what you're going to be doing.
One, I work in the capacity as the co-chair for the youth division, alongside Sister Medina. Just as everybody said, we plan, we strategize, we come up with really the whole program as far as what we have to offer for the youth. So that is what we're doing. We also manage social media and promotions. We're always doing something. Me and Medina was just on an interview on Sunday. So yeah, we stay working.
Yeah. No, y'all was on television Sunday. Don't low key it. Y'all was on TV on the I was gonna say Mendy Muhammad, but Munir Muhammad show. Listen, I want to bring everybody on so we can just chit chat here. Y'all know I'm usually with you all in the youth division, but this year I am speaking at the plenary division, and I'm going to be talking about applying supreme wisdom in business. So it's been fun. I just been look. She said,
snap. No, that's right.
Yeah. So I have just been praying on it and thinking about it, and Allah has me so excited. At one point today, I was like, okay, I got to get some other work done, because I was just thinking about it and making notes and like, let's lay this out, let's relate, because what I want to do is just transfer this powerful training and love that we get from the God, right, whose classroom we're all in, to everybody. And it's nothing like sharing that energy amongst each other.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you all most looking forward to? We'll start with you, Brother Zuri. What are you looking forward to about the conference this year?
What I'm most looking forward to, on top of what I already said, what I'm going to get for coming back, the confidence booster, the security. I'm looking forward to the environment, the bonding that I'm going to be spending time with. It's not, every day where you get to be amongst so many like-minded Black people. And so that's probably one of my favorite parts about anything I go to, being able to be around people that think like me, have the mindset of getting better. We spent a lot of money just to come here, just to get from, a lot of us just to get from our city to Chicago. So knowing that everyone else did the same, I know how serious everyone else is. They're about as serious as me. So that alone helps build our bonds. And that's what I'm excited for, being around so many like-minded individuals.
That energy in the air, the excitement, just sharing, the socialization, and the training, and to have all of that under one roof. Right. You got arts, culture, training, socialization, meeting people, catching up with people you don't normally get to see on an everyday basis, coming from all around the world. It's nothing like it.
Yes, ma'am. For real.
Sister Kaya, what you most looking forward to?
I too am looking forward to socializing with the believers all over again. It's like a mini Savior's Day. Yep. But honestly, I'm not even going to front with you. I'm not even going to play around. I'm most excited to see the minister. I'm most excited to hear what he has to say.
He brings the revelation to the training.
Yes, everybody else is fine. I love the believers, but I'm most looking forward to seeing our man.
Yes, amen on that one. I'm gonna do like Sister Ilyasa on that one. Sister Ilyasa, what you looking forward to?
Well, I gotta say, first of all, like Sister Kaya said, seeing the minister, highlight of every single year without fail. And like, just let y'all know, for those who know, they go to see him at Savior's Day and stuff like that, you in a seat maybe 15 feet away from him, but to be on the mat, sitting, listening to him, really absorbing his energy is different. But that being said, One thing I'm most excited for, I don't know if I can say it's a little secret, but one of the workshops for the youth division is Defending Farrakhan. Every year they have that with Abdul Qiyam. Phenomenal workshop. He is, I mean, he's the general of the Twitter army. So if anybody knows how to defend our man, it's that one. And he always does a phenomenal job sharing knowledge and wealth. And I'm just so excited to see what he has this year.
Medina, this is like, you a co-chair, just like Rakaya. When you think about the conference every single year, what stands out this year for you?
This year, I think, is one of the most important years for the conference because the minister recently, always, but definitely recently, has emphasized the importance of us being secure and having our security in check. And with Brother Grandmaster Abdulaziz having this role of being the national trainer of the Nation of Islam, what better way can we receive that security training through the people who have that, who have those skills, and you come to one place and you pay less than $200 for a life's worth of stuff that you can get to save your life. You can learn how to secure your mosque. You can learn how to secure your school, your home, learn how to secure yourself. You learn a few locks, a few katas, man. You go to these workshops, spiritual development, emotional development. It's honestly a very priceless event, but I feel like particularly now, the kind of world that we're living in, the state of the world that we're living in, is very pertinent that we understand the times that we're living in. And like Brother Zuri said, having a lot of like-minded individuals around you, everybody has a common understanding of what we're facing. Therefore, what the words and the things that we're being taught is in alignment with the times. And because of that, we should know how to apply that to the times we're living in, and inshallah, be able to, use those skills when the time comes for us to, be able to have to defend ourselves.
That's exactly right. That's so right. You know what I also like about the training conference? Oftentimes, especially in the outside world, there's like generational differences. The Willie Lynch thing lives, right? The old against the young, the light, dark. But the thing about the training conference is it allows us all to connect to one another cross-generationally. Because the minister says that we're all soldiers, right? No matter what we do, we're a soldier. And, I'm going to be talking this year about business, but we have to know how to defend our businesses.
Right.
I participated. I was one of the chief designers and builders, and I was a partner in Maryland for a micro hospital. And let me tell you, the number of death threats and the way that even though I'm over here designing and doing policies and procedures, I found myself having to put my Vanguard skills on the line to figure out how to secure us. I had to go back and redesign and say, okay, we're going to put these connections to the water and the electrical on the inside because somebody keep messing with our power. I'm going to design the security desk to be here so that they can see in different directions. I owe that training to my training as an MGT and GCC Vanguard in the Nation of Islam, because everybody else was wrought with the emotion of what was happening because we were getting all these threats. But I kicked right into soldier mode and said, no, this is how we're going to do this. These are how these doors are going to be. I started redesigning the hallways to make sure that there was a good ingress and egress and all kinds of stuff, the fire drills, everything. And so these are skills that you'll be able to use in every single business, every single endeavor that you go into. Yeah, especially. Tell us about, now a lot of people are looking at you like, okay, well, they look like they're probably, just really on a high end in the nation, but yeah, you all are. Tell us what you're doing as far as your education. I know Sister Medina just graduated. Congratulations. Tell us about your educational background real quick, your degree, and how do you see these skills that you're learning at the training conference being able to be used in your profession?
Well, recently I got my bachelor's degree in neuroscience. It is very important to understand how the things that you take in impact the way that you are able to react to situations. and we talk a lot about in some of these workshops, making sure you're feeding the mind the right things so that you're able to, be disciplined when the time comes for you to be disciplined. And most time, there's not really a time that comes for you to be disciplined. Discipline is something that you should have within your spirit, just in general. So what we feed the mind manifests in what we do and how we act on an everyday life. Like you said, Sister Sajda, like many people don't know how to react to situations because they're not used to that kind of structure. When you're given a certain level of training and you're on a certain level of thinking, you're able to react and handle things in a much better manner and potentially save lives versus if you panic and you run and you could potentially end up losing your life or somebody else losing their life. Now, some people might say it's not that deep, but it can get that deep. And I think that neuroscience is definitely intertwined. We also talk about, like in Sister Akila Nahanda's workshop, to respect the intellect, the importance of conscious music. It doesn't have to be lame or anything, but conscious music, because the music that we listen to also impacts our behavior. We know now, this generation, previous generations, they always say, oh, this music is bad. And the other generation said, oh, this music is bad. And the other generation said, oh, this music is bad. There's always been a type of music that has had a certain level of degeneration to our minds. Some of us think that it might not have an effect on us, but we see how the music influences some of our youth to participate in things that harm their futures and might cause them to lose their lives. So it's just a lot that my degree is tied into with the conference. But that's just a little.
Brother Zuri, you and I were talking about nursing and being first responders. And I can't tell you how many situations I've been in where people like yourself who not only know medicine, but know how to recognize, know their ABCs, right? And how to recognize a person in distress, but know how to calmly respond, are in such demand. Tell us how you see yourself using these skills in your profession as you matriculate through nursing school.
Well, I think it starts strongly with, like what Sister Medina said, feeding the mind correctly. And, that's how the training seminar opens up, with prayer, peace, and power. So you have to start, going into anything, whether you're going into school, whether you're going into your career, you have to start with the mindset of, I'm going to master what I'm going to do. I'm going to accomplish what I'm going to do. So this training seminar is going to put us in that position with that starting point, prayer, peace, and power. It puts us in the mindset to to receive what we're going to receive. And then as far as nursing goes, that's a direct first responder. That's a direct, connect between
that's right.
my career. So obviously there's that, but then there's also the don't suffer in silence, because in the medical field, to be a good nurse, not just a nurse who's trying to get a check, not just a nurse who, oh, it looks cool, so I guess I'm going to do it. To be a good nurse, you got to understand, you got to be able to look and see and ask questions and understand truly what somebody's going through. You have to be able to tap into their intellect. You got to be able to connect with them. And so during the training seminar, we're going to be learning all of that. We're going to be learning how to understand what somebody's going through. We're going to be learning how to understand what we ourselves are going through. We're going to be learning how to connect with somebody intellectually. We're going to be learning how to, respond to a situation at need. Is really everything that I can think of, whether it's nursing or for any school, any career you're going through. All of it's going to be, tied directly to the training seminar.
Sister Ilyasa, tell us about your career goals and what you're doing in school right now and how you see that tying into what you hope to gain at the training conference.
Yes, ma'am. Well, currently at the moment, I finished up high school, praise the Lord, and I was looking into first moving to the food industry with a sister of mine, as well as going to cosmetology school, perhaps. And in both of those things, I feel like when we look at our society as a whole and the amount of danger that we're in every day, just as people walking in the street, I could be in the salon getting my hair done, all of a sudden an active shooter comes in trying to pop out. What am I going to do? Well, we have, inshallah, on the conference schedule, an active shooter workshop, so I'll know what to do. When you look at but just living as a person, specifically as Black men and women, but just any women, any men, any race, any ethnicity, anything, we look at how serious a time we're in and how you have to know how to protect yourself. You have to know how to protect your mind. Like we say, and don't suffer in silence. You could be out anywhere and someone tries to plant something in you. And now you're feeling low, you're feeling terrible. And then, we look at the rates of like suicide and things like that. That's all directed to how we're feeling, how our minds, what's going on with our minds and things like that. Mm-hmm. So anything, like Brother Zuri said, any career path, anything you're doing is all directly connected in one way or another to the training seminar. So yes, we can.
That's awesome. Sister Rakaya, you've been an articulate co-host and co-moderator for many workshops for many years. I don't know what your major is, but tell me how that ties into what it is that you're looking to do with your career moving forward.
Yes, ma'am. Well, first of all, I'm getting my associates in culinary arts, and also working on getting my bachelor's in history education. Mm-hmm. So let's start with the culinary arts.
Come on.
We have a workshop dealing with agriculture, and when it comes to agriculture, that's all fine and dandy once you grow the vegetables, but you got to know what to do with them. You got to know how to properly serve them and things of that sort. So as far as my interest in that specific major, I feel like we literally have we actually have 2 books in our nation about food and how to prepare it and what's good for you and what's not. So I decided to take it a step further and learn what the world has to offer in that field, but also applying what we have to that as well. And then going into history education, I feel like I want to teach history. I feel like we are always taught history repeats itself. So it's very important that we are mindful of the things that we do so we don't repeat history, because history only repeats itself if you didn't learn your lesson.
That's right.
And I decided to go into history education because the minister said that we need teachers. We need somebody to teach these children. And I remember when we were graduating high school and we came back from our trip, our senior trip, and the minister asked all of us, he said, how many of you are going into education? And majority of the room was quiet. And I was like, I didn't like that. So I decided to change it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Sister Rakaya, our nation, our little nation is vanguarding historic preservation for Black people around the world through the establishment of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum. So preserving our history, making sure that ChatGPT ain't lying about us 10 years from now is very important. And so the work that you're doing is just as important as engineers and doctors and people who are in the STEM program. So don't ever think that it's not.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things that I loved, and this is just not for youth. I don't want people to think that the training conference is just for youth, because we have first responders workshops. We have the active shooter workshops, things like that are really, really critical. I remember making my staff figure out what they would do if we got an active shooter at the hospital, and actually going through that training. What are our exit routes? How do we, get in and get out? What do we do? So the point that I'm making is that I always loved, as a vanguard, when we would go to the dojo with Grandmaster and had to learn how to do the farmer's carry and spar with one another. And one thing about him, and we call Sister Aziza Mama Judy back in the day, but one thing about the 2 of them, they just have this way about them of sharing and transferring that energy of security and love and protection. And so I just want to start with you, Sister Ilyasa, and just talk about what has been your experience with them and the value that they bring to our nation, not only for this conference, but just as people in general.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to start. I'm keeping it stacked. Because I've been around the nation, not a long time, I'm only 20, but I had a little minute, and I've been in so many areas where they have taking their time out, specifically like Grandmaster Abdulaziz and Mama Judy, Sister Aziza, Sister Aziza, to come and teach and train people. And they've always been so open and helpful in teaching and training. Like, you pay a couple little monies or whatever, but they're going to give you so much valuable experience. And they're so personable in the way they do it. You know, a lot of people will come, show you a little card and be like, okay, you got it, and just walk away. Now they're going to be right on you like, okay, do you need a demonstration? Let's do the move again. Do it on me. Let me show you how to Let me show you how to do it on yourself. Let me show you how to do it on this other person. Let me show you how it's supposed to feel. Like, they have this connection because they care. And that's a love that's like, you can't just find that. That's not something that you just find anywhere. That's something that's specific. That love, that dedication, because that's people who care about you and your future and your survival and your success. And you don't want somebody who doesn't care if you live or die to be teaching you survival tactics on how to live or die. You don't want that. You want someone who cares, and they care so much and so deeply. And they've been putting on this conference for so many years. And it's not easy. It's not like they just like, all right, everybody, let's do this. We got a week. Pop. Like, it takes so much time and energy, and they are so dedicated in it for decades. They have been so dedicated in their service to all the members of the nation, whether you know it or not. If anybody has ever taught you any type of kata that you use to defend yourself, that's because of them. That's because of they probably got it from National Training or BSK Dojo or something like that. They got that because of these two people and everything they've done for us. So yes, they're excellent human beings. Allah has blessed us with those two, and they continue to share their wealth of knowledge with us, and we're so grateful for them.
You know, Sister Medina, something that struck me about the two of them, I was blessed to sit next to them at a wedding a couple of weeks ago that we had at Mas Mariam, and just them sitting there, they brought with them this energy of security, and I just felt it, and I just sat there and just kind of basked in it. And so tell me about your experience with Brother Aziz and Sister Aziza, aka Mama Judy. What's special about them to you?
Well, firstly, they're like family to me. Like, we really locked in like this for real. But I think that they're just very humble people. And they're always willing, like I said, they're always willing to just give out of what they know, and always willing to teach and train whenever they can. And one thing I really appreciate about Grandmaster Abdulaziz is like teaching. It's not like, oh, this is what I'm going to teach the women, this is what I'm going to teach the men. Yes. It's like you go on that mat and you do that thing, because he doesn't treat us like we're somehow lower than somebody. He treats us like we all have to know how to defend ourselves, and we all have to know this part and this kata and this technique to know how to defend ourselves. Very universal teaching, and like Sister Ilyasa said, it's a certain level of love that's there that makes them both very, very special. Always willing to make certain sacrifices, certain behind the scenes sacrifices, even to put this conference on. Many people just don't know how much time and effort is put into this, how much money is put into this. Like, it's a certain level of sacrifice. But when the minister says, you're the national trainer and this thing is a great thing, you make it happen every single year, and Allah blessed us to have a successful one. It has allowed us to have a successful one for 28 years now. So that's what makes it special, just the willingness to continue serving, the willingness to help others and to love and to care and to be so humble while doing it, and to just have a universal teaching. It doesn't matter if you're Muslim or Christian, Jewish, you come into that mat, you come into the dojo, and you're going to learn the same exact thing everybody else is learning, and you need to get it right. Like Ilyasa said, I'm going to show you how to do it. You need a demonstration. I can show you how to do it yourself. I can show you how to do it on another person, so that you'll be prepared. You know, security is not just for Muslims. Security is for everybody.
All praises due to Allah. Brother Zuri, as a young Black man who navigates this world with a lot of weight on your shoulders, always having to keep your head on a swivel, because it's like there's this, we know it, there's this mission almost to make you all endangered species. What does someone like Grandmaster Brother Captain Abdulaziz mean to you?
A lot. I can say a lot. and I haven't had, say, as much experiences as Medina and Rakaya, of course, with him. But from the experiences I have had from when I had first held security when he was in Memphis, or we used to have training seminars here too in December. When he was in Memphis, just my first time meeting him, and his first expression to me was to give me a hug as opposed to just shaking my hand.
Yeah.
That was really my first time like experiencing that level. I mean, that sense of love from somebody other than my father. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It allowed me to become more comfortable in showing love to my fellow brother, and it helped me to understand why that's important. How that you can make somebody very comfortable when you do that. It helped shape me a lot. Every time I see this training, I mean, I'm not bad. Every time I see Grandmaster,
Yes.
I like to, say something at least about the training seminar because of how much I love it. His composure, I've gotten to see his composure in certain aspects sometimes when something will go on, or I've had the privilege to hear about how he conducts himself. And he conducts himself in such a calm and controlled manner. And I think that's so important in a time where, like you said, Black men are getting targeted and they're trying to find every single excuse to lock us up or kill us. So studying the minister, studying GM and the way he holds himself, being able to see it when he has the ability to, you know what I'm saying? He'll put you out. If that's what it comes to, it's easy for him. But the control that he has for himself is really admirable. And it always, you know what I'm saying? It helps me to look in myself and see what I need to get towards moving forward. Being a Black man in America, see what I need to become to be safe for myself and for my nation. So that's just, a few crucial pieces that GM brings with his whole character.
Yes, absolutely. Sister Rakaya, what say you about the influence of Brother Aziz and Sister Aziza?
Yeah, I haven't known them that long. No, listen. No, they're my grandparents. It's kind of hard for me to say what is just like a direct influence of the things they taught me and things that I feel like are kind of hereditary at the same time.
Yes.
And I say that because a lot of people tell me that I'm just like my grandmother, that we kind of have like the same heart and the same, and clearly we look alike. But as far as I've grown, and let me just be clear, because for a long time I felt like I had to be protective of them because they are so humble. I think I don't know if anybody comes close when it comes to humble besides the minister when it comes to them.
Very humble.
Because for a long time I felt like I needed to protect them because I'm like, you just letting anybody just do anything. They're like, no, you gotta be. I'm like, no, you're not protecting yourself right now. I gotta come in. But as I've grown and came into understanding, of course, I understand like how giving they are and how much Allah rewards them. This conference itself is a bear of witness to that, because this is something not a lot of people know, but he was just saying, he was like, I don't know how we did this without Allah. Like without Allah, it was such the things that we went through in planning this conference. He was like, we just gonna, I mean, it is what it is. We just got to make it happen. And Allah literally made it happen. Like there's no other explanation for the success of this conference but Allah, because there were so many things that were blocking us. It was thing after thing after thing. It was like, oh my God, would this thing ever happen? Like it was a whole thing. But to see their persistence through this process, I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it, because I would have been like, we can't do it this year.
Yeah.
So watching them has honestly not only given me confidence, but also shown me how to be resilient and be strong through trials, because trials are going to come and they're going to hit you like a bulldozer. And they do that to them. And I see it all the time. And I'm like, y'all are strong, very, very strong. So I thank Allah for them as an example for me going through the trials and tribulations through my life, because now I'm a young adult. And of course, I'm going through things when it comes to life and figuring that thing out. But they set an amazing example. And I thank Allah for them every single day.
All praises due to Allah. Yes, we should all take from them courage, perseverance. One day we will all be planning our own business or our own event or something, and we'll be able to draw on the experiences that we've seen GM and Sister Aziza go through and overcome. So I want to thank you all for being with us today. I'm excited. I can't wait to see you all on Friday morning. Can't wait to kick it and have a good weekend. For those of you all who want to come and then come to Sajda House, because of the janazah for our beloved brother, Minister Jabril Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with him. We're only doing one tour on Sunday. That's at 3 p.m. So you can use that QR code to register. But first off, get to the conference. Okay. If you're on the fence, if you don't know whether or not you want to come, if you have to say, well, I may have to just sacrifice and send one child and one member of the family, do that. I promise you, it is energy that you cannot duplicate anywhere else. So thank you, Sister Medina, Brother Zuri, Sister Rakaya, Sister Ilyasa. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you all this weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. For sure.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Man, I'm so excited. This is just a fun time. And I'm telling y'all, this is not hype. Anytime you can go somewhere and you can get information that is life-changing and developmental, that's going to make a difference in your life, you're going to network with some powerful and incredible people. You don't have to be a member of the Nation of Islam to attend the National Training Conference. So come on into Chicago. We'll be at the Sheridan. Make sure you register. It's right here on the screen, www.thevskjujitsu.com. Make sure you all get registered. If you're on the fence, get off the fence and get to Chicago and attend this powerful event. And then on Sunday, you got to register for this ahead of time. Come to Sajda House and see the development of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum. You can go to Eventbrite and you can type in Sajda House Summer Fundraising Events and Tours. You can use the QR code. You can go to my social media pages, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, click the link there. You can get there, okay, if you really want to be there. I got bars today, right? Anyway, I think that's it, family. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. If you want to support the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum, you all see the information going across the bottom. You can go to sajdahousedonations.com or Cash App us at $Mo Today, MOETODAY. And we will see you all again this weekend at the National Training Conference, because if you came last year, it's not even going to be the same. It's going to be totally different, and you don't want to miss it. All right, peace and blessings, family. Love you all and see you all soon. Check out this commercial again. I love this.
Everybody in the nation is a soldier. Once you lose your military bearing, no matter what discipline you're a part of, you start sliding down the scale. So if I am a doctor, I'm a soldier doctor. If I am a lawyer, I'm a soldier lawyer. If I am a preacher, I'm a soldier preacher. So don't ever get out of being a soldier. And since you know you have a commander-in-chief that is the best known, then we don't have any excuse.
It's the International Training Conference, July 28th through the 30th. Register today at www.thevskjujitsu.com/.